Happy Saturday morning. Happy Saturday morning.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. I wish I could see what happens in the studio before we get, on here. It'd be hilarious.
Behind,
Can,
behind the
can y'all
scenes.
please pray for me? I mean, literally. Can y'all pray for me? It's Saturday
Behind
morning.
the scenes.
Oh my God. Y'all did know that she wanted to be Donna Summers,
Yeah,
right?
that's how I got my hair like.
That's why you got your hair like
Yeah.
that? Man.
I bought it back.
You brought it back?
I bought the 80s, the 70s, the 80s back, baby.
So if there's anyone watching today and you have a stage and a mic, Regina will audition today.
I don't have to audition.
Oh my God.
I am like Denzel Washington. When I
Oh.
walk in, he be like, "She here?
You know what?
Come here.
We
She
we
here."
we had a celebrity walk in today, so we're gonna be like that. I'm gonna be like that.
Hey,
We here.
You know what? When she came in, usually when you come down the stairs, you can hear us, right?
Yeah.
She was gliding down
She
the stairs,
glided on in.
walked on in,
Listen.
walked in the door.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm here.
Right. That's
She didn't
right.
even say that though. Just when she just
was
walked
like,
in,
"Good
was
morning."
Hi. Good morning.
Yeah, I love it.
Good morning.
Listen, so I'm super excited today. It's Saturday, Regina. It's the third. Is this the third Saturday of the month?
It's the third Saturday of the month,
Is it the
and
third?
I'm waiting on my paycheck.
You waiting on your
I'm
paycheck?
waiting on my paycheck.
It's the third Saturday of the month. I'm excited. We all the way in March. We've been marching on. It's been a good month so far, so I'm excited for what is to come.
So March 2 is reading month, right?
It
And
is.
so this past week, we had the pleasure of going to Peace Academy and Elcott.
Elcott,
That's not the same school, is it?
No, Peace
Okay, so that
Academy
was
is different.
Peace Academy and Elcott.
Elcott,
So we had Joe Longham and myself had the pleasure of reading to some kids, and it was exciting just to see the kids engage. But I just shout out to all the teachers out there. Shout out
Yes.
to all the educators. Shout out to anybody that's just has to do anything with a child, right?
Yes.
Helping bring a child up, or just, because if you think about it, kids spend more time at school with their teachers
Yeah.
or their fellow students, right, than they do at home.
Yeah, during the week, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a huge chunk of
Yeah.
time. But I do want to apologize to my sister Beverly real quick because she asked me to come and read to the kids and she forgot to remind me.
Well, shout out to Belly too, because she ain't even asked me this year.
Oh, you know what? We need to. You did go. You did go last year, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I bought a book,
You bought a book.
and it came,
Yeah.
and
Did you read it?
no.
Oh, okay.
Matter
So
of
you
fact,
know,
I can't find it.
So Beverly, if you watching this morning, Regina is volunteering to come and read at the
Reading month is
school.
over.
Reading month has another whole week. It's all of March.
I'm busy.
So I'm excited. So the word of the day is what?
The word of the day is cruise control.
What do you think about cruise control, though,
So
Regina?
cruise control, you guys know I'm Regina, the Queen of Carolones, and every time we talk about a word of the day, a word of the week, I always got associated with something in the format of the car business. So in the car business, the term cruise control is used to describe a situation where sales are steady and require a minimum effort, similar to how cruise control is in the car, maintain a constant speed with less driver impact. So when I think about cruise control, when it comes to selling cars, it's a steady cruise. It's a steady. And
A
we
steady
want it to be
pace.
steady,
Yeah.
a set pace, right? But I just said when I came in this morning, I'm like, no, I'm about to take it to another level. I'm about to step up.
Okay.
Because when you on cruise control, you're maintaining. You're doing enough to pay your bills. You're doing enough to satisfy your customers. But what are you doing extra?
Wow.
It's like stepping your game up, right? So I'd rather not be on cruise control. So when you see a different side of the Queen or Regina Eileen Woodard, it's going to be the step up from the cruise control. Because cruise control is keeping you on the same pace, the same level.
You know, when I thought about cruise control, I really thought about it in terms of like structure, how to be intentional on how I do things. Because in cruise control, you have to get to a certain speed and then you have to set it so you can stay at that speed. And so, as a therapist, I thought about how can I set structure in my schedule and be intentional about it. And some of the things that I have to do is set boundaries, right? And so now that I am accepting insurance, I have a lot of people that are contacting me wanting to be on the schedule, but I'm intentional on how I schedule now. I'm intentional about the clientele that I want to put on the schedule. And then I'm also maintaining consistent work hours. So cruise control is like a consistency. It keeps you at a level and a pace so that you can avoid some things. And that for me, like for instance, if you're in a car, when you're on cruise control, you're setting it at a certain speed so that you won't go over the speed limit.
But
You
you
won't
don't
get a
want to do any
ticket.
work. When you do cruise control, you don't want to work.
Well,
You
it just
want to just
I think
drive.
it just kind of depends on the field you're in. But in terms of a car, you may not want to do any work, but it may be that you're driving long distances and you want to keep the steady pace. But for me, cruise control helps me to avoid burnout and roadblocks. It helps me to really think about, you know what, steady pace. You don't have to move too fast. You're not moving too slow. You're at the right momentum.
So listen, what does cruise control mean to you all? Put that in the comments. What does cruise control mean to you? But if you guys were listening, Dr. T did drop a quick nugget, and the nugget was she's accepting insurance now. She's accepting insurance now. She's accepting insurance. So you know what? Got to give Dr. T flowers because she's always been on a platform she's on. She's always done a lot of things out of her heart and done it for free and did not tell people, just did it for free. You know, now she's accepting insurance. So everybody out there that has insurance, you know you got insurance, right? Use your insurance it's mental health. I'm trying to get an appointment. She's not accepting my insurance, but, you know, my insurance is buy here, pay here insurance.
Listen,
I'm
we're,
just
we're not
kidding.
even going to go
I'm
that
just
route.
kidding, y'all. I got insurance.
We're not even going to go the right route, but thank you, Regina. I appreciate the acknowledgement, but because I am a servant, my goal is to see all of God's people healthy, happy, and whole. And so sometimes that will require me to do, I don't want to call it free. I just want to say it was hard work because I did it
Well, you
from
just
the
let
heart.
me call it free.
You can call it free.
Free.
You
No
can
more
call it
freebie.
free. No more free. But it was hard work, and it was a pleasure to do so. But I'm in a space now, and we'll once we have our guest on, and even as we have taught, we're in spaces right now where you have to be intentional about how you do things. I can't retire in the red. So that means that when I work, I need to be compensated for the work that I do.
So a lot of people right now, because of the way of the world is and the way things are changing,
Hmm.
we have to have a different mindset.
That's
We have to
it.
think about
True.
things, what we do. We have to plan accordingly. Before it's like, oh, I'm here. No, you got to schedule. You got to
Yeah.
plan.
That's
You know,
absolutely
and
right.
honestly, usually when I travel out of town, I'm packing 2 days before one day or the day before, right? I've been planning the last 2 weeks,
Yeah.
planning on what I'm gonna wear, you know, and just putting everything together, you know, putting a list together, you know, saying, okay,
Planning.
I got to do this, I got to do that, you know, making phone calls and just doing it because life ain't like it was a year ago.
That's
Life
true.
is not like it was 6 months
That's
ago
true.
or even last week. And you either change the way you're doing things right now or you're going to get left behind.
Yeah, but the good thing I love about it is if you're not in a space where you know how to change things, then God has put people on the earth that knows how to help you get your stuff together. And so I'm gonna be the first one to tell you there are some things that I literally had to learn this past year because I wasn't really taken care of. Like for instance, office policies, things like that. I needed help to say, you know what, you have to put stuff in order. You need to plan. People can't just show up. We can't just show up here. So there has to be some planning and preparation. So yeah. So back to cruise control. I wanted to just say, give yourself time to woosah. That's what cruise control does for me. But in your case, Regina, I hear you saying, you know what, I've been on cruise control, but I don't really like this. I'm gonna step my game up. Now, help me with this. On
Wait,
cruise
are we
control.
on the therapist corner right
No,
now? I mean, what
not
we
yet,
doing?
not
here? I
yet.
mean,
It is
I'm
but-
not. I'm
but
not in
hold
the
on,
hot
wait a
seat
minute,
right now.
wait a
I'm
minute.
not in the hot seat right
Did you
now.
forget that this is the third Saturday?
But I'm
It
not
is
in the hot seat
therapist
right
corner,
now.
right?
I'm not in the hot seat.
I think your seat on fire. No, but honestly, time to woosah. Time to woosah. So cruise control gives us the ability to be still and pay attention and woosah.
Well, let me say this. So, when you think about cruise control, everybody in life is on cruise control.
You think so?
And people don't think they are. Yeah, in some part of your life, you're on cruise control, because if you think about it, you can't focus on every part of your life at the same time.
That's true.
You have to be able to have it over here and it's still working, and you not having to do nothing. It's just working. When you got to go over there and deal with whatever's going on, then that's when you take it to another level.
So are you
can-
saying in terms of like, so you saying cruise control that we do things automatically?
I'm gonna give you an example.
Okay, give me one.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a personal example.
Don't give me one about me.
No, I said it personal about
Well,
me.
you know
Okay.
a few personal things about me.
No,
so
no,
I ain't
no, no, no.
Okay.
So cruise control,
Yeah.
cleaning the house, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm housekeeper, right?
Thank you.
Housekeeper,
Mhm.
right? I had a company coming in called Molly Maid, right?
Mm-hmm.
They came in, they maintained, right? And so what I've been doing is, because I'm thinking about the economics and thinking about how things are changing and want people to appreciate me and the things and me spending my money with your company, right? I put it on cruise control, meaning that I've been maintaining myself. You know, I do those little things I didn't used to do. You know what I mean? Anybody knows me personally knows I cannot stand a toilet like not right together, right?
Ooh, no, the
Right.
house not together. Period.
So,
yes.
so what I've been doing around the house, I just do little things at a little task at a time. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Because I can't clean the whole house at one time. I mean, I live by myself, but I can't clean like 3 bathrooms, and you know what I mean. 1 bathroom I don't use, but 2 bathrooms, or I can't mop all the floors, or vacuum the floors, or dust. So I have to take it in sections. You know, and that's cruise control. You know what I mean? Maintain a little bit, you know, and just have it right there instead of trying to do it all at one time. So I'm maintaining a little bit. And I've had to do that. The reason I have to do that because I think people don't appreciate when I spend my money.
So as a consumer, you didn't feel appreciated.
No, and just I mean, when you spend your money, you have to be appreciated. Am I right? You do. You have
Well,
to.
I don't know. I think that could be a form of cruise control because some businesses they do the same thing all the time and expect the same results.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? So they so used to their product and that it works that they are on cruise control. Like somebody's gonna buy it.
Well, they're on so much cruise control, they've been blowing my phone up. You know, because you think about it, when you're in sales, you have to make calls. You have to be consistently doing something. You cannot just be, oh, I'm going to show up. Somebody's going to show up. No, they're not. You know, so you have to be able to have a schedule to be able to plan what you need to do, right? And while that certain part is on cruise control, what else are you doing?
Yeah, you need to do some type of work. So I think cruise control has its good purposes, and for me, it works. It just works. Not all the time. I can't be on cruise control every day, all day, but there is portions of my life that can really be on cruise control and stay there, and it's consistent, and it will always be like that.
So we are giving away tickets today. You want to talk about that? We are.
Yay!
Actually, we're giving away 4 tickets today. But listen, it's 4 tickets to one person.
Yeah.
So you got to take your friend, your boo-boo, your husband, your wife, or anybody.
Or
But
your
one-
homies.
Right, or your homie, or your homegirl, or your homeboy. So one person gets 4 tickets, but we're giving away to the Blues Is All Right.
Hey,
The Blues
hey,
is all right.
Hey, y'all, she still ain't got it, y'all. She still ain't
We're
got it.
giving away 4 tickets to the 17th annual Motor City Blues Festival that is next Saturday, March 29th at the Fox at 7 p.m. It's for the grown folks fun. Who are we? Who's going to be the guest there?
Listen, y'all got
The
Tucker.
superstars.
The superstars are Tucker, Pokey Bear, Westlove, King George, Jaywan, and Ronnie Bell. You don't want to miss this concert. If you are listening, listen, we're going to drop a question out here, and you have to listen and answer this question. You're going to have to call in so that you can talk to Genesis Maple and answer this question. The number to call in is, what's the number? 248.
905-1128. That's 248-905-1128.
So you guys get your listening ears on, and we'll be right back with Genesis Maple. Master Baker Sierra Crudup, owner of Delicious Sweets Bake Shop and Craven Cookies, located at 203 South Washington Street in Saginaw, Michigan, inside of the SVRC Marketplace. If you're looking for delicious sweets, this is the place to stop in. They specialize in homemade desserts and one-of-a-kind custom cakes. They can be reached at 248-836-8080 or dsibakeshop.com.
Hey, Metro Detroit, it's me, Tune Up, Regina, the queen of car loans, and Joe Longhammer Chevrolet, right in Waterford on Summit.
It's tax time, and we got 3 amazing offers for you.
Choose from 5 free oil changes
$500 extra for your trade.
or $500 towards your down payment.
But there's a catch, right?
That's right. I can only process 25 of these deals per month.
Metro Detroit, don't wait.
Call or text 248-266-9875. 248-266-9875.
And we are back, and we are excited. We have a guest in the studio with us today, Genesis Maple. Good morning, Genesis.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I'm excited that she is here. Listen, this is Jen, the admin. I grabbed that tag and been saying it all week. Jen, the admin. So, Jen, welcome to Be in the Driver's Seat. It's been a minute trying to get you on here.
Yes, I'm happy that we were able to do it, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You know what, Jen, when I was looking up information about you, so I want you to tell listeners and viewers a little bit about you. But one of your tags that I saw on Instagram was, I don't just sell planners, I sell peace of mind. I'm like, ooh, I cannot wait for us to get into what you do and what Jen, the ad man, can offer. So can you tell the listeners and the viewers a little bit about who is Jen? Genesis,
Okay.
Jen, the admin.
Great. That's a great question. So, hey, everybody. Good morning. I've literally
Good morning,
been up.
beautiful.
Thank you. I've been up since 3 a.m.
Oh, my goodness.
So I'm up.
You up?
I was not expecting I set my alarm for 5 because I knew I was coming in, and I was like 45 minutes away. So I was like,
Wait a minute, you're 45 minutes away?
yeah, from the studio.
So we appreciate you.
No, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
such an in-person person. That's why I was asked. Like, I want to come. I want to be in person. So, and I love West Bloomfield area, nostalgia driving because I went to high school out here. So that's a whole nother
Okay.
Wait a
story.
minute, what kind of driving?
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia,
Yeah.
like
That
while
word over
I
me.
was driving. So like nostalgia is like when you're like you're kind of going down memory lane in a sense, like kind of like deja vu, but it's nostalgia. So that's how I was feeling this morning.
I like that.
I was like, oh,
Going
this
down memory lane.
it's kind of going down memory lane.
Plus, since she knows the area, it's nostalgia to her anyway.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Okay, so I'm Genesis Maple. That's me. I'm the firstborn daughter. I'm the only daughter. I have 2 younger brothers. So, I'll say this, as a child, I learned the responsibility quickly of like leadership, having to be responsible, and things of that nature. I've always been someone that is like a leader, kind of like vocal, spoken. I was in plays and just different things like growing up in the church. Like, so I have a very church background.
Yes,
churchy
you do.
too?
Yeah, she's churchy too.
So yeah, I grew up in the church, and I will say so. Yeah, so I grew up in the church. I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I think it's because I saw my parents doing it, I saw my grandfather doing it. So I was very inspired at a young age that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I did not want to work for anybody. I wanted that freedom. I wanted that autonomy. And I liked the concept of like having a business. But I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted to do until I was in high school, my senior year, my last semester.
So slow down for a second. Your name, Genesis Maple. When I heard that name, I was like, wow, superstar in the making. No, you're a superstar. I thought you were 22 years old.
Oh, wow, thanks.
So but
Blacked
where
out
did your
that.
mom get your name? Where did your name
Okay,
come from?
great question.
Shout out to your mom, too.
She's
for-
watching.
Hey, Mom.
Good morning, Chantel.
Hey.
Good morning.
Hey, Mom. Good morning. So my mom was actually going to name me Angelica from the Rugrats. So she was like, I want to name, well, like I was there, but this is what she told me, is that she wanted to name me Angelica because she liked the character from the Rugrats, even though this character was like really mean and sassy. But I don't know why she liked her. But anyways, she said she was in prayer. Well, that's good. Got to have a praying mom. And she
Absolutely.
was praying with me while I was in her womb, and she said she heard God say to name me Genesis.
That is such a beautiful name.
And I think that was one of the best like decisions that she made concerning me. I think my mom has made 2 great decisions concerning me.
What was the second one?
The second one was when she sacrificed me. Not, oh, that sounds bad, but like she sacrificed and said, hey, I'm not capable to parent Genesis anymore at this rate or at what she needs. I can't give her what she needs. And so I actually moved in with my grandparents. And so I feel that those were like the 2 best decisions that she did for me. And I know that was like a very sacrificial thing for her to do. But it was like a great decision. And it's developed me to who I am today.
You know, I so love that. I need to step in and just, tell Chantel thank you, because my mother wasn't able to raise me either. And so my godmother, Flora White, she stepped in when I was a very small child, and she helped raise me. And I didn't go back to my mom until I was like in the 8th grade. So I'm so thankful that your mom knew that she had help, and she sent, you went to your grandparents and you were not in the system. So I'm so thankful for that, because I too was one of the ones that had to be reared by someone else.
Yes. And it confirms to me, just kind of like what I was pondering on as I was coming here was like the power of like relationships, power of connectivity, and the fact that it really does take a village to raise a child.
Yes.
And so, so leaning into that support, I think that's important.
Yeah, we have a few people that's commenting. Good morning, Denise. Good morning, Shatama, Mika, Ruth. Good to see you. Let's see. Shatama Mika said, wow, I love this. Thank you so much. You guys look out on the screen soon for a question that will come up so that you can win the tickets for The Blues Is All Right.
So now that you all are saying that, my talking to my auntie this past week on Annette, and my cousin, my aunt, her daughter's son it was raised by her grandson. My auntie's grandson was raised by his uncle, and the life he has now. He graduated from high school last year, and he actually said thank you to his grandmother because everybody's still in the picture, but because of the tribe, being able to raise him, and everybody came together. Not just only the immediate family, but the uncles from his dad's uncle, right? And he was the dad. And then we also actually came together as a tribe, as a family. Every time something happened, we celebrated him. We celebrated the small wins. And then we had the big ones, we celebrate those too. So my point is, you always got to celebrate the small wins, no matter what it is.
That's good. And that was a win for you and for me.
Yeah.
'Cause that's how I learned how to cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. My mom instilled a lot in me before I went. And then they added on to that.
Yes.
And then even in my young adulthood, so I was like a teenage, I was about like a preteen when that happened. I was like 12, and lived with my grandparents all the way up till COVID. So I was like 21, or like no, I wasn't then. 21. I think I was 21, and then I actually moved back in with my mom now as an adult. So that was different.
Yeah.
That was different.
That is so good.
But yeah, so just the power of that, and so shout out to Mom. Thank you. And I appreciate you.
Now tell us her last name, because I cannot say Chantel's last name.
Oh,
Is
me
it
either.
Nymiet?
I don't know.
Okay, so we'll come
I'll
back to
butcher
that.
it too. So
Yeah.
Chantel Jackson, Naima.
Naima.
I
that's
don't
it.
know. She's
Okay.
probably like in the background, like say it.
Well, tell Mom to call in this morning.
Yeah, call in, Chantel, if you're
I'm
listening.
sure
Call in
in.
and let's talk.
Yeah, 248-905-1128. Chantel, if you're still on, call in 248-905-1128. So, Jen, while Mom is calling in, let's get into it. How did you get the beautiful like nickname Jen the admin? Where did that come from?
Oh God, that's a great question. Oh Lord, it's a loaded.
Okay.
Everything about me is the backstory, by the way. So I'll try to keep it short. But one of the things, I was in the process of like rebranding.
Okay.
Because I was known for like my business was called Genesis Advertising and Public Relations Firm. And so people were calling me as short Genesis APR. Like people were calling me that.
APR?
Yes,
What
like
does APR stand for?
advertising and public relations.
Oh,
And so
I like that.
thanks.
I know that.
Wait, hold on. It gets better. So then I was like, I don't want that name anymore. And so I was like trying to drop the name type of thing. And so then first of all, everybody has nicknames for me.
Right.
Like everyone comes up with these random things. They call me different names. Jen, Jenny. I got Maple, First Book, The Beginning. Like, so I'm always Jen for the win. So I'm always hearing all these nicknames.
Jen
And
for the win.
this one person in particular, they were calling me Jen the admin. And so when I was thinking about what to name my business, I was actually going for Jen the admin. But then I said, well, why don't I just make that like my brand name, like Jen the admin. So like that's not my name, my business name, like on paper, but it's my brand name, and that is a new development.
Okay.
So I haven't, it's a new development. I think I launched it like in November of last year, so it's new.
So why is business planning so important for busy professionals? Or I'm busy. Why is it so important for us to have everything together? Because most of the time,
Because
oh wow,
your life is busy. That's
Yeah.
why you need a planner. That's why you need organization, planning. These things are so important because it helps you to balance your life. It's a form of giving like peace. It's a tool. It's something to help you. So when I think about why a business owner may need a planner, is because you're not only a business owner. Like there's other parts of you. There's other facets of you. And also, how can you run a business if you don't have things in order? And I learned that personally very quickly in my entrepreneurship journey, very quickly. And one of the things that I really like to teach people and talk to people about is telling them, what is your primary focus? What are your goals? What are the things you're trying to achieve? And let's start there.
Yes.
So.
So, Genesis, we have Shatama Mika. First of all, she said, my grandmother helped my mother raise me, and I understand the appreciation. Yes, Meek. And then she said, planners are good. For your life as a whole. I love this. How can I get a planner? So, Mika, we surely will share with you how you can get a planner today. But I do want to say this. One of the reasons why I'm excited to see her on is because she's our CFO in the organization that I'm a part of, and she pushes planning. She pushes making sure that you plan for a rainy day, that you don't completely go bankrupt, if you will, with nothing left. And so I'm glad that she's on listening, because I know that she will value this planner because it is good. So, Jen, Regina asked you why was it important, but let's talk about winning in every season. You said that a win is a win, and so kind of talk to us a little bit about that statement. Like, how do I win in every season?
Okay, that's good. I learned this concept, maybe not a win, the phrase a win is a win. I'll get to that. But I learned the concept of winning from my pastor. Her name's Dr. Shantae. And
Brennan,
Shout out to your pastor.
I
Yes.
love her. Brennan, is it right?
no,
Brennan-
Shantae Warren, not
Warren,
Shani.
Warren.
Dr.
Okay.
Shantae Warren.
Warren, okay.
And I learned this concept from her very quickly when I was first introduced to her. So I met her through my best friend in college. So that's my best friend's mom. And she's so positive. Like, it was like... It was like alarming. It was like, whoa, like she's always seeing the good. She's always finding good in a situation, like goodwill thinking and like good thinking and like all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't think like that. Like, I was not that in that space. And so she just really poured into me, and we'd spent a lot of time together, and I was able to be around her. So of course, who you're around, that is a result of what you will become.
Oh, that's good.
And so
That's
this is
good.
why
Very true.
I'm really adamant. The Bible talks about bad company corrupts good morals. I
Yes.
stand on that. I stand on those principles of relationships and connectivity because I've seen them out of all the principles of God. I think that is the number one I've seen evolve in my life and others' lives around me.
Yeah.
And so I met her, and she's pouring into me, and we're just like kicking it. And, so that started rubbing off on me, this level of positivity and things. And so now I'm it's been some years. I've almost known her for almost 10 years now. So at this point, I have a concept of thinking good and positive and learning to see the good, even if it's really hard, y'all. Sometimes it's really hard to find the good in a situation.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we know about that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
really, it's really hard. You're like, no, like this is bad. This is all bad. But I was my planners, I had put in all this work for them. So the first planner was like not as good as this one. And this
See,
is
I
a
don't have that-
draft.
I don't have that new one.
Yeah, and this is a draft currently that I have. So this isn't even this is not laminated, but the ones that everybody else has, they laminated. They have stickers in the back. So they're very put together. And so I was looking for quality, and I had vested a lot of time. Like I did this planner from InDesign. And if you know anything about InDesign, that is it's like a blank template. So you're just working with squares and boxes and lines.
Wow. So you the originator of that.
Yeah.
Let's pin that for a second. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Master Baker Sierra Crudup, owner of Delicious Sweets Bake Shop and Craven Cookies, located at 203 South Washington Street in Saginaw, Michigan, inside of the SVRC Marketplace. If you're looking for delicious sweets, this is the place to stop in. They specialize in homemade desserts and one-of-a-kind custom cakes. They can be reached at 248-836-8080 or dsibakeshop.com.
Hey, Metro Detroit, it's me, Tune Up, Regina, the Queen of Carlones, and Joe Longhammer Chevrolet, right in Waterford on Summit.
It's tax time, and we got 3 amazing offers for you.
Choose from 5 free oil changes
$500 extra for your trade.
or $500 towards your down payment.
But there's a catch, right?
That's right, I can only process 25 of these deals per month.
Metro Detroit, don't wait.
Call or text 248-266-9875, 248-266-9875.
Hey, Metro Detroit, it's me, Tune Up, Regina, the Queen of Carlones.
We gonna fight.
We're back in the studio, and we are still with Genesis Maple is in the house.
Yes,
She
come on.
graced us with her appearance today.
Yes, she did.
But
I'm
you know what?
excited.
Before we get started, I am super excited because I've been saying I wanted to have people in the studio. At first I said I did not. Then I got in trouble with the other boss over there. But anyway, let's get on back to it. So how do you celebrate the small wins? Because to me, we talked about celebrating the small wins are important. So let's talk about that.
Okay, great. So celebrating small wins comes from the concept of a win is a win. And so it's being able to acknowledge that you don't need these like grand things to happen in your life for you to celebrate or feel accomplished or feel proud of yourself.
But wait, let's stop right there, because you guys know that a lot of people want to be acknowledged, right? And we want to be acknowledged for the big things, but sometimes the small things are just as big as the big thing. So when
Help
you
you get to the
said
big
that,
things.
yeah, it helps
Yeah.
you
I was
get
gonna
there.
say.
Do.
But you just sparked something in me when I thought about that. Like a win really is a win, no matter if it's big or small.
Whether it's big or small, and this is where this was originated for me, was because my planner, the first round were produced wrong. My print company produced the wrong planner version. So they sent out planners to over 25 people that were wrong, y'all. They had misspelled words and they had errors in them. And it did something to me. Like even though we had a solution and people were okay, and I was gonna say, I'm gonna send you a new planner. But like on the inside, I was such in this rhythm and this momentum and this hype and this energy from all that whole process. Got them out, everything's great. And then I was like, literally, so it's like you're up here, and I was like, boom.
Are you with that same planning company?
I am.
Oh,
Still.
wow.
I believe in grace and second chances, and I
Amen.
believe in custom.
Amen.
It just depends on how you. She was very, she wrote her wrongs, and so I was like, okay, now I do things maybe a little different now, So I look at things and I'm like, send me a video before, because she's actually distributing them, so I don't even have them on hand. So they stay in the warehouse, and I don't have them on hand.
Wow.
So she ships them for you. You just
Yeah.
get- somebody buys and automatically. That's
Yes.
smart. That's called a system.
Yes.
Well, what do they call that?
No,
what they-
it's called drop shipping, but
Okay.
it is a system that I placed in my life because I don't have time to go to a post office every time somebody wants a planner. I don't have the time. I don't have the capacity.
Yeah.
So I created a system.
I love that.
that makes sense.
That I love
Yeah.
that. So Jen, share with us common productivity challenges that entrepreneurs face.
Oh, I think the biggest one is like so I'll say this, I'll speak from their personal lives and in the business. So in their personal lives, they don't have enough structure to let go of something so that they can actually focus on the business.
So we're holding on.
So there's some things in your personal life, so that can be like you're cleaning, or like you were talking about cleaning. That could be like who picks the kids up from school. So like there's not enough systems or delegation going on. So if everything relies, and it's usually the woman, and not saying the man, but most of the clients I have are women. So they're women entrepreneurs. And what we see is that they have so much in their personal lives that they're so intricate in that they have a hard time stepping away, or it falls to the ground,
Or letting someone else do it.
or letting somebody else do it. So you want to start with delegation. You want to start with systems in your personal life. So that way you can actually focus on the business. So there's days for me, I'm adamant about practicing what I preach. And so, no, I don't have kids. I'm not married. I'm my only responsibility at the end of the day. But I have systems that I placed in my life, which is on Saturdays or Sunday, I'm cleaning. So those are the days I clean my house, my apartment. And that's the day. And then there's certain days that I get gas. There's certain days, I try to, I'll say, because, things don't work out all the time. But there's certain days that I do certain things so that I don't have to worry about them during the week, because they become an interruption. They become more of a hassle. It's more time consuming. So I meal prep. I have to meal prep on Saturday or Sunday, or it affects everything. It affects my energy. It affects my money. It affects my like. Why do I need to think about what I need to eat? I could be thinking about something else.
This sounds like
So what's
somebody
your
I know.
What's your favorite food? What?
You.
What?
Meal prep, just knowing what
Yeah.
you're gonna eat. So cause like she said, it affects your money, it affects your time. And so that's why I like about you. You
'Cause
do
you wanna think about it. 'Cause
You don't want to
wanna
think about it.
Yeah, you
And
don't-
especially when you're in the industry like Regina is in,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have time to think about it. So you were gonna ask her a question.
No, what? So what's your favorite food? What do you cook,
So, well,
or do you cook,
I don't
or
really.
use the air fryer?
This is good. It's great. I don't call myself like a cooker.
Listen,
I'm.
You talking to somebody who asking you this question, you gotta ask yourself why.
Do you cook?
Oh nope.
Yeah.
The air fryer cooks for me.
Yeah, I'm not really like a cooker person. I don't proclaim to be a cook.
So what do you? What do you?
So
cook?
like
What do
what
you
I make, I'll just make like chicken, rice, veggies. Sometimes I'll do like some
bake it?
soup.
What do you do? You bake the
I'll
chicken?
I'll put it on the thing on
On
the
the-
on the skillet. Sorry,
The thing.
the thing. Yeah.
I'm loving this right now. Both of y'all that
and-
got nervous.
So yeah, I'm like being put on the spot about cooking, and then sometimes I'll make salads. So like I love salads. I just love things that are fast and easy, like taco meat. That's easy.
Simon.
I love it.
things like
Fast
Yeah.
and easy. Quick,
Yeah.
quick, quick.
Just quick,
Get it
easy,
done.
get it done. And one time I was only eating like fruits and vegetables. Like I was just really like, I don't want to think about this at all. Like I just need something quick, easy to go. And that's me.
See, I'm more of the gourmet. It has to look good. I want it. I want to eat something new every
Foodie.
day. I
Foodie.
know. I'm a foodie.
And I love to eat out. Oh my God.
I know. That's that. Now
What's your favorite place to eat?
Like a restaurant or
Yes.
like on to go?
Whichever. To go.
I think right now I have a love for Chipotle right now currently, which is very odd. Which is not odd, but it's odd because I was a hard Qdoba girl.
Yeah, Qdoba.
I mean, hard Qdoba, like to the point I was like, I'm gonna own a Qdoba one day. But now I'm like, maybe I need to own a Chipotle.
So,
yeah.
This is good. So we got a couple of comments here. All relationships have purpose. Once there is no purpose, the connection is no longer needed. So we were talking about relationships, and then the following question. Let's go. Success is all about teamwork, but I know it can be tough for those of us who are used to operating solo. Wow, that's good. Still having a team mindset can make all the difference. We're stronger together. That's absolutely right. And you both talked about, Genesis, you talked about that, with your whole household, it's just you. And then Regina talked about, I'm busy. So, but it's always better when we're together. So I love the fact that we talked about relationships, but I want to get into this life planner. Let's talk about what's inside of it and how is it the best thing that you can purchase right now.
It is the best thing that you can purchase right now. You know why? Because we're literally about to be in Q2. So you need to look at your goals. Do you have your goals set down for the year? And if you have them, what have you achieved so far in the last 90 days? Because that's how fast time is going. And if you can't even tell me right now 3 things that you've achieved in the last 90 days that were on your goal list, because we're good for, I did this, I did that. But was that actually on your goal list? Because we're talking about goals and planning. So here's an example of the planner. I don't know if you guys can see or
No, you got to hold it up a
What
little
camera.
bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
So, we break our goals into 4 sections, and which are quarters by each quarter. So we're already about to be April 1st. I mean, time is moving really fast. And so you want to make sure that you're on your goals. Also, you want to make sure that you're planning them. So I also have like a morning routine, monthly checklist. So those things that you have to do monthly, you're able to do a monthly affirmations, self-care checklist, workouts. It's very loaded, book list. And so then I'll kind of get into this. So like for each month, there's a word or affirmation of some sort. And there's a scripture at the very bottom.
Oh, I love that.
And then you have this. So this is where you take your big goal. So I think, which one was this? okay, this was like for my business. I think I said I wanted to sell 75 planners. So that was from my big goal. And so in January, well, at this point, I had already sold 50. So I only had to sell 25 more. And so I was like, well, what do I need to do to do that? So I broke it down into 3 smaller goals. And then I did some steps. So these are the things I did to sell the 75 planners. Did I sell the 75 planners? Yes, because I had a plan, I had a goal, and I set to it. Not only that, and I wasn't using this, by the way, at the time. So I have a digital one as well. So I was using that. So don't judge me. So what in the planner, there's a weekly layout, and it shows like, gratitude, your top priorities for work, for your personal life. And it also has a habit tracker. So like if you're trying to say, oh, I'm going to drink 1 gallon of water, you want to drink, whatever, you want to walk 10K steps, work out, you would put that here and you would check it off or circle it for each time. And so this is where you can do your own time blocking. So I'll actually show you where I started using it, and it starts.
So what do you do if you fall off? If you fall off schedule, you fall off track. How do you get back on track?
You just get back up. It's like a bike.
Wow.
You just have to get back up. You can't get off and then fall and then don't do anything. Just stay there. You have to get back up. And it's okay because everything doesn't go as planned all the time. It doesn't.
But discipline is going to be the number one thing, too. And I think that's the problem with a lot of busy people, just being disciplined enough to take the time to stop and do it. And so that's why I love this. And what I love about the planner is it has affirmations. It has little prompts that put you back in the space. Like, especially for the affirmations, I don't feel great all the time. But if I can read a word or a scripture, it changes my mood. Yeah, and it changes how I see things. So I'm appreciative for it because it prompts us in different ways. And it's for every person. It's not necessarily for someone who just, I'm visual. I want to see it. I want to touch it. I want to do, I'm a eclectic learner, So, yeah, but I wanted to share that.
Yeah.
You wanted to touch me?
Yeah, I want to touch you.
Yeah, you
So-
ain't put no money in my hand.
So one of the things too is that I really encourage people to, everybody wants an assistant, right?
Oh yeah, we do.
Everybody does. Like, oh my God, if I had
We
an
need
assistant.
them.
And that's one of the things is that when people think about and I'll say most people, is that when they think about having a lot of money, they always think about having help. They always think about having an assistant. Oh, I can have an assistant. I can have a driver, a chef, a nanny,
That
or
all sound good. to
whatever
me.
else you desire.
sounds
I know all
good.
that sounds good. I'm gonna have all that one day. I'm gonna have an assistant. I'm gonna have a nanny, au pair nanny from France, and who speaks French and teaches my children French as their second language. And I'm gonna have a driver because while I'm on my way to meetings like this, a podcast, I'm gonna need someone to drive me so I can go over
right.
my
That's
notes
right.
and different
right.
things like that. Okay, so
Go down memory lane, but you're not driving.
That's right.
I can be I'm in the area. I'm
Yeah.
breathing the fresh air.
That's right.
it.
That's right. all that energy in the room.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love
So one of the things is that your planner is your assistant.
Wow.
This is someone you can rely on, so you don't have to remember everything. And I encourage people to not, have you ever done this where you wake up in the morning and you start thinking about all the things that you have to do?
Every morning.
That irks me. Oh my God, that literally irks me because it's like the brain is already moving and I'm trying to hold on and I'm trying to be in a place of meditation, a place of calmness, a place of even creativity. And, but I'm consumed about the things that I have to do. And so one of the things I'm really pinning myself and holding myself to is do this at night. Before you go to bed, write down what you have to do. So that when I wake up in the morning, I'm not bombarded with all these thoughts about what I have to do. And then I'm trying to memorize it until I write it down, or if I don't write it
We'll
down.
miss something.
You'll miss something, and then it's just taking up too much space in my brain.
I know.
I need other thoughts to come.
Get it out the brain.
Yeah,
that way
brain
you can
dump.
go to bed at night.
Right.
Yeah.
Be up night late thinking about it.
This gonna
So
help us. Help
Cloud-
us, Jen.
cl-
Help us,
Cloud in the
Jen.
brain. Get it out the brain. Write it
Help
down.
us, Jen.
Right.
So those are some of the things that I do, some things I've created in my personal life where I've able to have success.
Well, before we give the listeners and the viewers information on how they can get the planner, let's talk about what's next.
Oh yeah, what's next? Oh, I'm so excited about this, y'all. So I'm having an event. It's called the 90-Day Reflective. So this is the third time I've done this, and this one in particular is called A Win is a Win, and it is actually a sold out event.
I know. I'm
Yes.
so proud of you.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. Yes, it is completely sold out. People have been asking me, I'm like, y'all got to get on that wait list. And also, I'm very stickler, because I plan events. So, I'm very stickler about deadlines and cutting off, because I'm like, you shouldn't have procrastinated, or you should have told me that you wanted to come and you were actually going to pay. So and people are getting personalized keepsakes. So it was a lot that goes into it. And I don't have any more capacity at this point. That's a blessing.
Amen.
It's a blessing. But I'm excited about this event, and Dr. Shantae is going to be speaking at it, since she is the one who introduced me to the concept of winning and having a champion mindset. And
I like that, having the champion.
yeah, she
Champion
has a
mindset.
book actually called the Transformation Journal, and it's the mind of a champion. So that's a whole journal that she has, and a workbook, and she does a class with it. And I've taken her class 2 times, so I really thoroughly enjoy it. So one of the things is, that event is coming up. It's next Thursday at
Sold out, y'all. Y'all
sold out
sold
at
out,
7
y'all.
p.m.
Sold out.
Oh,
Sold
yeah.
out.
Y'all
So
better get on the waiting
Get on the
list.
next list, or get on the waiting list, or make sure you're at the next one. I don't know when I'm doing the next one yet, but I will keep everybody informed. I know it won't be in June, because it's a lot of moving parts in June. So my mom's birthday.
All right, so we got to get these 4 tickets out. So
Yes.
we've been talking about a win is a win. So tell us one thing that Genesis has said concerning a win. One thing that Genesis has said concerning a win.
But you got to call in.
But you got to call in. And you got to call in to get these 4 tickets. These are your 4 tickets. Listen, this is going to be a nice concert. If you are someone who enjoys the blues, Motor City Blues Festival is going to be lit on next Saturday at 7 p.m. You're going to have King George. I know y'all like King George. So y'all might as well come on, call in and tell us one thing that Genesis said about a win is a win.
And shout out to my radio rep, Danielle, for donating, giving us the tickets to actually give
Yes.
away. And a lot of our giveaways that we have gotten has been from Dr. T and I.
I would like to
rep.
give away a planner.
Yay.
Okay, well, how can we win?
Yeah, look, how can we win?
How can we win?
All right, so if you're
No, let's
listening,
give away a planner.
if you're
Yes.
listening, you have the option to win. So you have to call in though. So the next caller that calls in, you're gonna get these tickets. You're gonna get the tickets, the first 4 tickets, and then the second caller will be able to get the plan from Jen, the admin. You'll get this planner. So if you want the planner, you have to be the second caller. Now, the lines are
Everybody's
open.
scared. Everybody's
You
scared.
got
this
the
morning.
lines open.
Everybody's scared.
The lines are open. If you want these tickets, come on. Y'all know y'all want to go see King George at the Fox Theater on next Saturday at 7 p.m. If you want these tickets, you better call in.
But the great thing about it, though, was that at 7 o'clock? What time
Yes,
is it?
at 7
o'clock?
p.m.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of things going on that day. So, but, you can go to work. You can go to other parties and,
Well, Shatama Mika, I know you're in South Carolina, but you better try to call in if you want to get this planner. So Shatama Mika
Does your
says
phone work?
Call in 248-905-1128. We do realize that we have some out of town folks calling, so we will be mindful. If you call in, the first out of town caller calling in, you can get that planner. If you want these tickets to see King George, you better call in 248-905-1128. 248-905-1128. Y'all call and say hey to Jen, the admin.
So what's next?
What's next? Yay.
What's
Well,
next?
she having
What's
this,
next for
this
you?
event.
What's besides that? What's next? What's after that? What's happening in June?
What's
Oh,
happening?
well, my Brahms birthday is happening in June.
Yeah,
so-
we turning 50.
Yeah, she's turning 50 in
Happy
June.
birthday.
Are you
So,
planning? So Genesis mentioned that she's a planner. So she does events all the time. So you've actually been to, oh, we got a call. First caller. Who is our caller?
Am I the first caller?
Yeah.
Praise God, I get the planner.
Yeah,
I get
because
the
she from
tools.
South
that
Carolina.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
morning.
So this is
Thank
Shatama
God for
Rika.
the planner.
She is calling from South Carolina. So yes, you have won the planner.
I
Yes,
should have went in the
congrats.
hallway and called.
Oh my
Listen,
gosh.
She ran the car. So
And she's the first person in South Carolina to have my planner. Yeah.
Hey man, look at
Well,
God.
praise God. You know what? We will welcome you here whenever you're ready to do an event. You can get my information from Dr. Teresa. I will launch it, help you. I got people down here. We will listen. Get them planners on out. Give me the website. I promote planners
Awesome.
because they are a way of life.
Mhm.
They really are. And when you can't afford an assistant, the planner is that for us. You are so absolutely right. So I appreciate you saying that. So I just help somebody else to get win them tickets if they don't know it.
All right.
all right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much,
you.
Mika.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so we had our first winner. Listen, we have someone that has text and said that they want those tickets. Ramona, you need to call in. Ramona Greenlee, 248-905-1128. Call in, 248-905-1128. Thank you, Jordan. I see you on. So Jordan, she's did say what a small win is. She said a win can be a small or a big achievement. That is my niece that's calling from Arizona.
Oh,
So it's
nice.
good to have you
Arizona in
on.
the
Arizona, South Carolina, and Columbia, South Carolina. Ramona, if you want these tickets, you got 2 minutes to call in. If you are in the Detroit area, if y'all don't call in, we're going to give them away on Facebook. So 248-905-1128. So Jen, while we're waiting for our last caller, please tell the listeners how they can get the planner.
Okay, great question. So we can maybe link it too. But I have a Stan store. So it's my stan.store/Jen the admin.
Okay, so tell us what that is again. Stan, is it STAND?
Yeah, Stan STAN .store /Jen the admin.
Can you say it again so Santi can put it in the comment?
Yep, Stan
Which is
STAN .store /Jen the admin.
Jen.
GEN.
GEN, the admin.
The
right?
admin,
Yeah,
yes.
got it. Okay.
So yeah, that's
It's
my
linked.
Stan store. So you'll be able to purchase these planners on there, and they'll come right to your house.
All right. So Shatama Mika, make sure that you take that.
Yes,
Because I know you're going to share
I
it with
wanted-
your church.
I want her to can she like leave her
got it.
can you give me her information? Okay, great.
I'll forward it
I'm
to
like,
you.
wait, I need her information.
I'll
So
forward
I can get her planner. So congratulations. And yeah, so I'm really excited about this event that's coming up. I can't wait to do it again and really just show forth and see growth. I love to see growth. And this is my third time. So I love to see that those that were at the very first one where I had 12 and now I have over 50 people in the room. And it's the second time that it's sold out. And I want to see people grow. You know, ultimately, I want to see people achieving their goals and using planning and order and structure to help them to get there.
Yeah. So Genesis, thank you so much for coming in this morning. We're glad that you came in. Thank you for all of those that called in. Thank you for those who are trying to win these tickets. We will switch it over to Facebook now because we didn't have that second caller. So we will switch it over to Facebook, and you know those tickets will go in seconds.
Yeah. He loves blues.
Yeah, happy
The
Saturday.
blues are all right.
Hey,
The blues
hey,
are all right.
Hey, wait,
The blues
you got to
are
get
all
on
right.
beat. Come on, Jen.
The
Hey,
blues are all right.
hey, the blues is all right. Look, come on, come on, you got to get on there. Wait, neither one of y'all can get this with me
I
this
don't
morning.
know anything about blues.
Listen,
Blues Clues.
so listen, happy
We got
Saturday.
the youngin. We got the youngin in the studio.
Listen.
First of all, I want to say this. I want to say thank you for getting up this morning.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Thank you for
And
having me.
yeah, we appreciate you. And we really enjoyed you this morning.
Oh yeah, it
So
was
No,
really
thank
good.
you're a
you.
breath of fresh air.
Oh,
You are.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
so thank you.
I appreciate
Thank
you guys having me. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yes, congratulations on your event.
Thank you.
Yes, it shall be successful.
Yes.
And we got to have you come back again.
Yes, I would love
Yeah.
to. I would love to come back
Well,
and
now you know where we at.
share more. Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Well, happy Saturday,
Happy
everybody.
Saturday, everyone. Have a good week.
Y'all have a good week.